Right, so now that we have this mounted nice, I want to show you how I'm going to mount it on the wall. And I think it's going to look really cool. It's very modern. And all we're going to do is have it sticking out a little bit from the wall, because I think it'll add a little bit more dimension, and I've seen another YouTube video that they did this and I thought it looked pretty cool. So I wanted to try it. I found some 2 scrap pieces of wood, because that's how far I want it out from the wall, and so I'm going to mount it like this. But I want to measure it all so that when I actually go to mount it on the wall, it's going to be easier to guess where it is, rather than kind of fumbling in the dark and kind of trial and error. I want to know exactly where it is. So I'm just going to actually measure these to be, I'm going to say, about 6 inches down. So I'm just going to mark it there. There. Cool. I'll grab my big ruler here. And across there. Perfect. I also cut these to be, I'll show you here, these should be 16 inches long. Okay? So 8 and 8 is 16. So what I'm going to do here is, that's my center now. Okay, so now I have the center of this and the center of this. So rather than just grabbing 2 boards that are really random in sizes and stuff, I cut these to be the same. That way I can be a little bit more consistent that way. So then I know that this chart should be 2 feet, which is 24 inches. So all I'm going to do now is just mark the center. So half of 24 is 12. And 12. So now I know exactly where these are going to go. And that's where they're going to go. Okay? So how am I going to get them there? Well, I can use carpenter's glue, and so I'll put a bit on and then put some weights on it and just have it sit for a long time, so you can do it that way. Or I have a little glue gun over here, and we're going to try that. So I'll just come over here, the glue gun here. So line it up with the line and also the center. Let's give a nice push down here. There you go. That's on there. Okay, and then we just need to do the other one. Now, when we mount that on the wall, it's actually going to stick out like that. I don't know if you can see there, but it's actually going to look like that outside of the wall, which looks pretty cool, I think. Right? So what I'm going to use is Velcro, because that way it's sticky on one side. So I can stick it on there, and then I'll stick one on the wall, and then I can put the chart on, and then I can pull it off. Okay, so I found these at a dollar store, and I think I'm going to put the kind of scratchy side there. So I've cut it, so now I can be like that. That way I can measure down, starting at 6 inches. I know 6 inches down, and I can figure out, because once I find center of where I want to hang it, right? I have my center marking on the chart, which is 6 inches down, and then I can go from there out, because this is 16 inches long. So you have a map to go by. So I'm just going to cut these down. So this one's a little bit thicker. I'm going to go by this because it seemed to work out good. Alright, so there's my edge. There's my middle, and then there's my other side there. And I'm just going to cut these now so that it's easier. There we go. And this is a good system if you know, you're at a place or a location that doesn't allow you to you know, put holes in the wall and things like that. So this is a good option. So make sure you don't get these mixed up. So these are all my fuzzy, my soft side, and these are all my grippy side. So then I'm just going to pull them off and stick them on. And there we go. So now we need to go and hang it where we're going to hang it. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to mount this here. So let's just do a couple of measurements first. So let's see, how far are we going to put it? Let's center this first. I've got a measuring tape. Let's see. So it's about 9 3/4 is center. 9 3/4. Okay, perfect. So 9 3/4 by, let's see, it's kind of a challenge because of the sloped roof, but somewhere around there I think looks good. So we are at, let's see where we are, 4.5. 4.5 by 9 3/4. That's what I want to go for here. And then 4.5 here. Right there. And then we're going to come over by 9 3/4. That's the edge there. By 9 3/4. Line up my bottom there. Bottom, and then the sides. Let's see. So there's there and there. Okay. Here's my line here. Edge. 6" there. Okay, so now I have that. So I kind of just use the chart. Right, so it's about there to there. Right, there's my cross. And over here. And now I just have to find the center. So I already know that we're dealing with 12 and this ruler is 12. So I'm going to go roughly on that line. There's my center mark. Okay? And up here as well, I'm going to come over and go 12. There's my center mark. So from there to there, 8 inches and 8 inches. So basically we're just mapping out exactly what we did before. And remember that we went below the line and above the line. So we already know one's going to be dead center. There we go. Now, to mount this. So what I'm going to do to make sure is line up the very bottom, and I also have the outskirts there. To there, make sure that one's in line. And then just gently pop it into place. Look at that. It's already there. How's that look?